Good day, everybody. This is BA Radiant Dawn, and the long-awaited moment has arrived for the unit build reviews. So, these were taken up from my Discord server. The link's going to be down in the description below if you guys want to be part of the next one. I'd be more than happy. I brought along my good buddy Epholo8 along for the ride.
Yeah, howdy guys, Epholo8 here. I'm always happy to see these very beautiful Fae builds. It's always very exciting to see favorites built up just how you like them.
Oh yeah, it's always curious too about people's builds because some people go off the norm for some of them, and it's nice to see that, like, even if the way you build it is not considered optimal, you could still, the build still works. It does what you want it to do, and it's fun to use. And for me, that's the main thing. If a build's not fun, then it kind of defeats the purpose of the game.
Exactly, that's the best part. Building up the units to do basically the jobs that you want. And, like, I'm sure by now people have seen my Spring Marissa. It's a very unconventional build, but it's one that I love a lot.
Oh yeah, it's fun. And just a heads up, if anyone likes a Epholo's Spring Marissa build, she's going to be part of the next Hall of...
Yeah,
she's going to be part of the next Hall of Forms.
Oh yeah, I'm certainly going to be snagging her with my free one, even though I'm not going to merge her into my current one.
I mean, you could have 2 + 10 Marissas built different ways.
True, I've already got a +1 from the free manual.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I have one
Beautiful.
from the manual too, so I might just snag this one as well, just for fun.
Nice. She's such a cool unit, even though she's
so
a little bit outclassed these days.
Hey, but skills, the inheritable skills keep her in range of relativity at least. So
Always, yep.
But yeah, so the first unit we have here is, because there wasn't a whole lot of different people that submitted builds, we have multiple builds from the same people. So I think there's like 3 people who submitted like 3 to 5 units to look at. So
That's awesome.
the first one we got is Abby's normal Soren, and honestly, this looks pretty cool. Looks like it's attack speed focused, which is insane.
Oh yeah, love to see a Soren build like this. I can't quite recall what Plegian Torch does, but I know it's really, really strong.
Yeah, I think it's like one of the best inheritable tomes besides like Pact Blooms.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, very big attack speed focus. You can see how this unit would run right through people. No follow-up to help out with the speed pushing.
Oh yeah.
Very strong.
I'm actually going to look up what Plegian Torch does because I don't remember off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Just give me one moment here.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Plegian Torch. Okay, so Plegian Torch. Basically, solo inflicts penalty on foe's attack res during combat.
Ooh.
5+ any current penalty on each of those stats. So, like, if you paired up this Soren with like a normal female Corin with the Gloom Breath Refine, that's a whole lot of penalties.
Yeah, that is a lot of penalties. That's really cool. I should have remembered because I used the Plegian Axe on my Kalak, and it's essentially the same thing, but attack defense instead of attack res.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like
on that one, I just throw Enna with attack defense ruse and a rally, and I rally him up and then debuff the enemy and then run in.
Yeah, like I actually have a normal female Corin built somewhat, and like I think the Refine gives you like basically an attack speed smoke or something like that, and then you can actually inherit into the C slot a smoke that you're missing, and then S slot the last smoke. So she could be a smoke perfect. Spectrum.
Yeah, that's really strong.
So her with Soren would be very entertaining.
That would be extremely funny to see. Like, I guess the only thing of note is since both the weapon and the S slot are solo skills, maybe the A slot could be a solo skill at some point. Like, Swift Sparrow does its job. It's not like you're going to have Soren attacking on enemy phase that much, but either way, very strong build.
Yeah, it's just maybe attack speed solo 4 in the A slot might work a little bit better in terms of... Actually, it would work overall better.
Yeah.
Because...
gives you an extra point of attack, too.
Yeah, exactly. And instead of only getting the boost on player phase, you get the boost all the time as long as they're solo. But with the weapon and attack speed solo in the S slot, you want to be solo all the time anyway. So that's the only real thing that I can say about this build is you might want attack speed solo 4. That's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. Yep. And then like I guess Savage Blow sort of synergizes with Swift Sparrow, but I guess that could also be swapped for maybe a Rouse or something.
Mm-hmm.
Very strong build overall, though. Not like criticizing.
Yeah. Like Ferdinand has speed defense ruse. That's pretty solid.
Yep.
And like actually, what would we're basically just speed stacking this Soren. What would the essential speed be? He's already at 47. With the solo, that'd be 54. With the
plus 13.
Second solo, that'd be 60. And then with ruse, that'd basically be 66 effective speed.
Yep, and then a little bit of extra defense wouldn't hurt either. It would put him above 30, and he's never getting doubled, so...
Yeah, he's never getting doubled, that's for sure. I'm actually curious. Who has attack speed solo 4?
I believe that's Shamir and... oh gosh, who's the other one? I know Ingrid has it too.
There's a few people that have it.
Fallen Male Corin.
Yeah, Fallen Male Corin, Shamir, Normal Freya,
right.
Winter Bernadetta, Pledging Katarina, Ingrid, Fallen Dimitri, Summer Freya, and Pirate Nasala all have attack speed solo 4. So
wow,
there's a few options. Fallen Male Corin, he's in the toilet paper rounds.
The second one. That's really cool.
And then Shamir, we just had her. Freya's going to be a returning mythic. So you got some opportunities to pull attack speed solo 4 if you wish.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the next one. So we go from one Soren right to the next.
A Soren fan, I see.
I think I want to say so, yeah. So this is another speed-based Soren, but this Soren is a blue tome cav. And Blarblooms is a really good tome. This is the best inheritable tome, if I remember correctly.
Oh, is it? I don't recall what that one does either. Let's see. Is that the the one that comes from Veronica, or is that?
I think Veronica.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just give me one moment here. While I'm looking this up very quickly, it seems to be another speed-based build. Attack speed push 4, speed res far trace, res opening, Swift Sparrow 2. That's a good amount of speed as well. Dang.
Yeah, that is really nice. He's a speed demon. This boy.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of attack too. Looks like almost pushing 70 depending on what Blarblooms
Veronica
does.
was Pact Blooms. That's Blarblooms. I don't know what Blarblooms does off the top of my head.
Is that the one from Sita? It might be.
I'm seeing what this Soren normally comes with by chance. Like,
oh yeah, we did get that free one, so. Maybe it's his default. It might be his default tone.
That's what I'm thinking. He's a blue tone. Okay.
Yep.
Give me one moment here. I'm just seeing. Yeah, that's Blar Rabbit. I actually don't have him as a manual. Okay.
Let's see. I'll see if I can find mine.
Yeah, like I'm gonna have to type this.
Okay, here it is. Yeah, Blarblooms is if unit is adjacent to an ally, grants attack speed, defense res +3 during combat, and then also the speed refinement there, so a little bit more speed.
Okay. So it's so instead of a solo build, it's a adjacent build.
Sort of, yeah. And then New Moon, I guess. I guess that's going to be upgraded at some point. But that's a lot of conditions, I will say. That's adjacent condition. Attack speed push is honestly just kind of all the time, except for the occasional where happenstance where it's not, and then Swift Sparrow
is player phase condition.
Yeah, and then speed res far trace.
Res opening is
I
want to say a little bit outdated personally.
It might be. I think that's his default. Yeah, he has that by default.
Yeah. What would be a good C slot in that case? That's kind of easy-ish to get. Like, I had something in mind, but then I completely lost it.
Yeah. I don't recall how easy it is to get the,
okay, I know exactly which unit I'm thinking of. This won't take me too long. Normal Altina has
Oh, right. Yeah, she has attack, defense,
Oath.
I believe.
That's the skills, the Oath skills. So
Yeah.
maybe like an attack speed Oath,
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
considering the weapon wants you to be adjacent to people. And
Oh, actually,
attack
I
speed.
think Cavaliers can't use oaths. That's specifically why they have rouse.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it's infantry and
Infantry and flying.
infantry and calves.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Infantry and flying units only. Cav
Right.
gets shafted sometimes.
Yeah, they do. I gotta say, respect for the build because tome cabs are really, really hard to build at all times. There aren't really great synergizing skills for them. I would say that I'm not really sure if so. Blood Blooms is good because it's really the only option in terms of giving speed. But perhaps at the end of the day, Veronica's Tome could be better because that one offers some extra attack, res, and healing.
Mm-hmm. And you can't go wrong with self-healing.
Yeah, not at all. Especially with well, this general setup, attack speed push is going to take away some HP, so you'll always want to have that topped off.
Mm-hmm.
Attack speed push and speed res far trace are really good though, so
Yeah.
props to the build for that.
It's pretty solid. Can't complain. It's cool. I like looking at different builds because it gives new ideas to you. So that's why I like doing these. It's very interesting.
And respect for the dedication to the apparent best boy of this person.
Yep. Next up is a Gerik build. And if I recall correctly, Abby does not quite know what to do with Gerik per se. I mean, overall, this build looks pretty solid. It's just he's kind of difficult to use overall. He's got a lot of HP and attack.
Yeah, I would say that Gerik is more or less, well, especially following the Resplendent and considering the ease of merge, at this point he's kind of just a worse Raven. But he does have the bonus of not exactly being forced to adhere to the whole life and death thing that Raven has going on.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have his own PRF, but I'm sure at some point he'll get a refine, and at that point things could shift. But as of this point, this is a pretty good build. I would say that Special Spiral is a good choice if you didn't want to stick with his natural sudden panic, which he does make good use of.
Yeah. And like I understand the Ether Special Spiral idea. It's pretty fun. Infantry Pulse. I cannot remember what that does off the top of my head.
That's at the start of the turn. That's -1 to cooldown on infantry people. It's a pretty commonly good skill. It's used for like setting up those Ophelias you'll see in Ether Rays that nuke you with a special on turn 1.
Special
can't really go wrong
-1
with
at start of turn 1 for any infantry allies with at least 1 fewer HP than unit. And because his HP is really high, that works really well. The only thing that I could possibly think of is maybe like a heavy blade in the S slot, just to try to get Ether a little bit faster.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Especially with
52
distant
attack
counter, he's got a decently high attack stat. So distant counter, if a mage hits him, if the mage is weaker, he'll like one shot the mage, and then like he'll get Ether pretty quickly because that would be -3 from the 5 initial. And then another person attacks, and then he might get Ether. And then at that point, Special Spiral will just make it so once Ether procs once, Special Spiral is going to keep it at every second attack, basically.
Yeah, I'm kind of under the impression with this build that this is this is a really, really good build when it comes to auto battle. But
I forgot about Slaying Axe. That's cooldown -1.
Yeah, really, really good build for auto battle. But I would say as a general purpose build, the attack is a little bit low and the speed is a little bit low for like heavy or flashing blade. At least in the modern day, he's more or less got the defensive capabilities and the self-healing with Special Spiral and Ether that he could be a pretty solid, like I said, auto battle unit. But otherwise, going to be some issues there, I would say.
But overall, it's a really cool build. I like it.
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with Special Spiral Slaying Axe. It's always a fun build.
Oh yeah.
I've had my fun with it, that's for sure.
Okay, let's move on to... This is from J-Drop. So I'm actually happy to see a brand new unit on this. And the fact that it's Vika is absolutely amazing. So Vika, I already have some builds in mind for Vika because there's a lot of cool things you could do for her with her, considering she's like a flying beast, and that means she gets extra movement, and she could be like a 3-move flyer, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, she's really, really cool. She's a unit that I've personally been wanting to build as well. I really enjoy the high attack, high speed build that's going on here. Like, pretty clearly not prioritizing her defense, and that's exactly what she wants because she doesn't care that much about defense. The only thing of note, I guess, Desperation is really good for her. I wonder if Dive Bomb would be better, which, given that is a pretty expensive skill, so I won't blame anyone for not having it on hand.
It's on, like, 1 unit right now.
Yeah.
And that unit's just a seasonal.
Yeah, actually, it's on... Isn't it on Pirate to Barn and, well, I guess Ninja Levitain as well, but they're both seasonal, so you're right.
Oh, I forgot about Ninja Levitain. I never pulled her, but I know it's Pirate. I know Pirate to Barn has it. Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe I'm just used to seeing Ninja Levitain with it because it was so popular with her. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just Pirate to Barn.
It might be.
I will double check. Yeah, this is a really solid player phase build. It's pretty good.
Yeah, the only thing with Vika, I really wish she had a slaying weapon so she would have like super easy gale forces as a flyer. But you do what you got to do, and she does what she does really well.
I think my personal idea for this build was, like, for a build for Vika, was I was going to do the kind of like the Selkie build with
same.
Distant Ward plus
yeah, just whatever synergizes. That's what I was going to do too.
Stack up the actually it's Pirate to Barn and Fallen Morgan, female.
I forgot. The one.
I didn't even notice that Fallen Morgan had that. Cool. So there's one in the seasonal, one in the main pool, but still a kind of rare unit. Yeah, like, because I know because she has super high res, so she'd be an absolute res tank. Distant counter, she'll die to any bow, even with the IOT shield. I'm pretty sure she'll still die to bows really easily because her defense is just tinfoil.
Yeah, it's kind of funny right here. Her combined defensive bulk adds up to 69, which at this stage in the game, people are going to die to 69 pretty consistently. So, like, hyper building the res is a great choice overall. You also can't go wrong with this build necessarily. Like, this is gonna carry her pretty far, I would say.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think her weapon gives attack speed res. So
basically, the best builds that you could do. Sorry. Basically, the best builds you could do for her is the player phase attack speed boost, or the enemy phase mage tank are the two best top of the line builds for her. And J Drop went for the speed based, which is I respect that. Probably
same.
You could probably go Swift Sparrow 2 in the seal. And then I mean, Panic Smoke's not bad. I can't complain about Panic Smoke.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid player phase skill. I would say that overall, like, if you want to use Vika, as you said, either go for attack speed or go for attack res.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what we got next. Either way, I love Vika. I'm so glad she's in the game.
Yeah, same. She's adorable.
I still remember when it came to the reaction, my chat was like, nah. Like, when it came to Naysala, they're like, nah, it's Janaf. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, no, I'm like, if you say so, but I'm pretty sure that's Naysala, because the wings were a dead giveaway for me. I recognize his wings. I'm like, those are not hawk wings, those are raven wings. Plus, we had hawks in the last one, so...
It's cool to see the birds make their return for this pirate banner.
Right? And it makes sense. I mean, they saw us constantly ripping people off and stealing people and things.
Yeah, that was their whole thing in early Path of Radiance, was being pirates.
Yeah, so, hey, it works.
Yep.
Okay, next up we got the thickest fallen Edelgard I think I'll ever see.
Oh, gosh.
So, if you look at the bottom, there's also the Fortress Defense Res 2 seal.
Yeah.
So, this Edelgard's gonna hit like a freaking brick with Bonfire. Because Bonfire's like, what, 50% of the defense of res?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's like 28 true damage, not even counting defense res menace yet.
So
28, 31 31
Yep.
true damage on that's almost a guaranteed insta-kill. It's
Yeah, especially combined with her monstrous attack and armored wall, her beast slot. Of course, by this point, we all know that it gives the sort of like a healing plus what's it called, special fighter sort of setup. So not only are you not getting your special, but she's getting hers as soon as you hit her.
Oh yeah, and what I find crazy is the fact that like you could say that oh no, she's losing attack from the defense res 3 and 2, but it's a combination of like what, -6 attack, I think.
It's -2 from the top one and then -3 from the bottom one.
So minus
yeah,
5, but
5.
The enemy's losing 6 defense, so she's still +1 attack.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
So like overall, she's not technically losing attack, and with defense res menace, she's an absolute monster. Her bonfire's hitting for an additional 31 damage, which is freaking insane. Like, oh my god, this is nasty. This would actually be really hard for me to fight. I have no problem saying that. If I might actually try to tackle this on an extreme. Because this seems like a very fun build, but a very annoying one, because you're not getting through that defense. This might actually be next to indestructible, unless I hit it with, like, a staff unit and 2 nukes. I don't think 1 nuke's going to be enough. I need 2 to get through this.
Yeah, probably not. Like, ordinarily, one of the easier ways to get through Edelgard is with a, I think it's a no follow-up, just mage nuke. But of course, she's got the res to handle that now, so it becomes an issue very quickly.
Yeah, and then the, my typical gimmick of, Windsweep Linja. Well, with that much extra defense, I ain't doing any damage.
Yeah,
I'd have to get danced 4 times to maybe kill this Edelgard, because she's gonna keep healing herself. Linja's attack stat is not the greatest, and like
if your attack isn't at least 12 points over 62, you're doing flat 0 damage, because she's healing back to 12 from 12 points above 62.
The debuff from the shuriken is gonna help. But, dude, I think for this, against this build, most people would want to run Ruptured Sky against Edelgards because they typically have sky-high attack, but this one lowered its visible attack stat. So I think Moonbow would be very good here. I'd have to run Moonbow with Windsweep and get danced like at least 2 times, maybe 3, in order to maybe kill it.
Like, I think the only way I would get through this personally is with, like, I have a +10 Patrine, so I would have to, like, pre-charge her ether or something and just hope that I could get through.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if that's gonna work.
It might not, really.
Because you might die on retaliation, and then it's like, you could follow up with someone else, but the fact that it's gonna take at least 2 units to get through her, if not 3 to 4, which is kind of crazy. This build terrifies me a little bit.
And like, generally speaking, this isn't even super high investment. Like, I think you were able to spark for defense res menace, and then for defense res everywhere, including in the free manuals.
Yeah, like defense res menace. Yeah, that's only been on like 1. I forget which unit has defense res menace. I think that was Zeke.
Yeah, it was Zeke.
Yeah, I have a Zeke, so I might actually build this just to see how it goes.
There you go. I guess one of the scary, like, this does solve the issue of the res thing that I was speaking on, but one of the scarier builds I've run across was attack defense menace, because obviously she gets more attack that way. And if you can't,
more defense, more bonfire damage overall.
Exactly.
Which is freaking terrifying as well.
Yeah, at that point you have to have like a no follow-up mage in order to get through, and then like she can't be transformed because then she gets DC and just wrecks your day anyway.
Yeah, that's why for my Ethereid's defense team with her on it, I have like an breakable structure, not the spot in front of her, but 2 spots in front of her. So they're forced to hit that, get danced, then hit her. But most of the time they don't think of that, so they just hit that, and then she transforms, and then they surrender.
Yep, that makes perfect sense. There's a lot of surrendering when Fallen Edelgard is on the screen. I can attest to that.
But like, I have a Zeke, I have a spare Cliff, and I have the Seal. I can make this an exact build just for humor's sake. Toss it in ether
There you
raids
go.
and laugh. And I could see defense ether raid here.
Oh gosh.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Depending on the mythics that you include in that, that's gonna be sky high stats, man.
Yeah, paired with Yune, who I think boosts res, that would just...
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah, put one that boosts res, put one that's boosts attack or defense, and you're just screwed. Your enemies are screwed, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this
Kinda
build.
crazy.
I love this build. I'm saying that now. This build is good. It's terrifying, but it makes me want to fight it. So J drops, I challenge you on my next stream. We'll coordinate. Okay.
Awesome.
I call it a Hedge-a-monster because to me this thing's a menace.
Absolutely. Menace.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So Leo actually has 2 Berukas. He has a main and secondary. So this is the main Beruka, and this Beruka is thick. So
Oh yeah.
Fortress Defense Res 3, Dull Close 3, which is not bad, and Attack Defense Rain 3, and then the IO Shield. So our archers aren't doing nothing. And
Absolutely.
51 defense. I actually like this. 51 attack, 31 speed, 51 defense.
Mm-hmm.
This is almost like the I forget which unit I showed you, but it was like 40 30 30 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is almost the exact same kind of idea. Attack defense rain. So this is just boost pumping up Beruka's defense and attack as high as it can go, basically.
Yep, a very, very strong build overall. Beruka's axe, it's got guard built in, so it's very well paired with Dull Close.
Yep.
So she has a guard effect, and you also don't get your buffs. Very, very cool. And then attack defense rain adds a little bit to both attack, defense, and res in terms of what she's doing. She's not doubling you anyway, so her speed is left as it is, most likely on purpose. And then if she happens to get her Ignis, you're probably dying.
Yeah. I mean, Fortress Defense Res 3, Attack Defense... Yeah, like, the Attack Defense Rain is just boosting her defenses to both defense and res, technically. Fortress Defense Res 3, like, this is a pretty fun-looking build. I could imagine it's not easy to get through it, because you're going to have to use, like... Oh, gods, with the IOT shield, you can't even use any units that are, like, flying effective. Because I was like... Kidmeric can eat through her. No, Kidmeric cannot eat through her. Kidmeric's getting less attack, and IO shield means I lose my weapon effectiveness.
Yep, and that 60 HP, it's a formidable wall. Even with the lower by comparison, the 39 res, that's still 99 effective.
Like
HP.
I want to say the best shot I would have of tackling this Beruka is a really fast red mage.
Yeah, probably like Lysithea is the only way you're getting through easily.
Yeah, that's about
very cool.
Overall, really good build. Like you said, Dull Close and Beruka's axe pairs together so damn well. It's amazing. And yeah, this looks like a lot of fun.
I don't have one myself built, but I do love Beruka, so it's cool to see her get some love.
Right? She deserves it. And actually, this is a pretty free-to-play, friendly-ish build, too. Like, the attack defense rain was... Who had the attack defense rain?
Oh, that's on a lot of people. Yeah, mostly seasonals, but it's on a lot of people.
Let me see. So attack defense rain 3 is on Ninja Levitane, New Year Plumeria, Aranus, Farina, Bridal Shana. So 3 seasonals, 2 regulars. That's not bad.
Yep.
Aranus has the blue dual flying 4, so most people fodder her for that. And Farina is just... I think Farina had a attack speed catch, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah, she did.
I have her, and I kind of built her, but then I noticed that I could give her 1,000,000 Dragonflowers. She won't get any more stats past the first, 5.
Yeah, it's really a shame.
maybe the refund will fix that later on.
Yeah, here's hoping.
Yeah, let's So this is Nemesis.
I feel like I've seen this build somewhere before.
Yeah, this is entertaining.
Oh yeah.
Dark Creator Sword is such an interesting weapon. It's super, super, super conditional.
Oh yeah.
But it's still really entertaining to see. Let me see if I can find exactly what that does. It's in my manuals. I'm pretty sure I have it in my manuals. I do, yeah.
like you said, super conditional. Then
Yeah, because you got to keep your
5350.
HP above or equal to 90%.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then as
actually,
soon
no,
as
you
he
got to keep his
loses,
allies above that percentage. During combat,
right.
boost units' attack defense by number of allies with HP greater than or equal to 90% times 2, max 6. So you can get maximum plus 6 to attack and defense. During units' first combat and player or enemy phase, reduces damage from attacks during combat and from area effect specials by percentage equals number of allies with HP greater than 90% times 15, so max 45%.
Right. Yeah. Like you said, very, very conditional. More or less, just don't let your allies get attacked. Just let him press forward, attack himself and stuff. With that, like, let's say, just hypothetically, you have all conditions in order here. That's 59 at defense, plus 3 from lull, which is 62, plus 6 from defense res rouse, which is like, what, 68, and then 7 more. So 75 attack under optimal, or 75 defense under optimal conditions. Just a little bit less res than that. Closer to like 69 or something like that, which is just funny.
Oh, God.
That's...
I'm actually just curious because I like doing math. So it's 59 with the Dark Creator Sword, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
The Lull makes it 62. The Ruse makes it 68. And yeah, the Brazen makes it 75 defense.
Mm-hmm.
Which is freaking insane. And Ignis is like 80% of his defense?
Yep.
Oh, God.
I think that's 56 true damage.
Oh,
Maybe.
God, that's both entertaining and terrifying at the same time. And then for a res stat, basically plus 3 from the lull. 6, so that's 9.
Yeah, so 66.
16. So 66 res, 75 defense.
Oh, and boy.
God, this guy's a monster. Like,
yeah.
It's kind of like the same with the Beruka. You have to double with a mate. Well, even then, 50 or 66 res, we said?
Yep.
Yeah, good luck getting through that. I don't even think any of my res monsters can even deal that much damage. So this guy's almost virtually indestructible.
Yeah, I think the only way you're definitively getting through him is taking your Ophelia and just nuking him, and then also doubling. Like, that's probably the only way you're getting through.
Not necessarily. He gets the AOE special gets reduced by almost 50%.
That's true too. That is very true. You'd have to disable that, but sheesh, what a unit.
God.
I'd say this is a blast to use. Just put him down somewhere and he wins.
I actually want to see a fight of him versus Edelgard. The really thick monster Edelgard. I want to see him fight her. That'd be such an insane matchup.
I think, unfortunately, due to her guard effect in her B slot, she would end up winning because, no Ignis, and then she would shoot off bonfires left and right.
True. That is true. But he's got the damage reduction as well, but it's not just the first attack. He won't be able to double her at all. But he'll also take next to no damage. Again, I feel like the only way, it's just like with Edelgard, the only way to take this guy down, really? Moonbow.
Little bit, yeah.
Eat through his defenses. It's the only way you're going to get through him. If you don't have Moonbow or Ether or anything like that, you're getting walled.
Oh, yeah.
And that's an Astra Blessing, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Oh, God. This monster coming at you?
Yep.
With mythics that boost defense and res? Oh.
Yep, basically just drop him down and he'll carry the day.
This is another one that's like, how would I beat this thing? I don't even know. Okay.
Very fun.
This thing actually might scare me more than the Edelgard, because at least the Edelgard I have ways, because armor effective. Nothing's effective on this guy. And if they're, let's say Kidsita, yeah, Kidsita does no damage even with the effectiveness, I feel.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to take this guy down. Mage
That's
tanks
crazy.
can't even do any, mage nukes can't even do anything to him, so...
Yep.
Oh, this is nasty. A good nasty, but I do not want this thing coming at me during my Ether Raids defense replays. If I do, I just if I lost, I just look at him and be like, "Yep, I understand."
Makes perfect sense.
Yup. It's like, my Claude with Deadeye is doing nothing. Well, shit. GG. Okay, let's get to the next one. This is the secondary Beruka, but this is a speed attack based Beruka with that 9 res.
Oh yeah, I love to see these sorts of builds. They're always fun to mess with. Speed defense near trace, life and death build, attack speed rain, all the speed in the world. Lowers their. I guess I could see defense speed rain being a little bit better, but attack speed rain really, like, that keeps their defenses pretty sky high overall.
Yeah, because that's still like 29 defense.
Yeah, 29 and 13.
Well, 13 is pretty bad, but
yeah,
the defensive wall. She can still take some defensive hits, and like with Ninja Masakari, there's guaranteed doubling, life and death. Put like the base speed of 43 is pushing that already high. Plus the attack speed rain is 47. The near trace is like 50 effective speed all the time.
Yep.
So she's guaranteed to be quadding you pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I could honestly see throwing Gale Force over Ether. That could be a lot of fun.
Oh my god. That'd be insane. If there was a duo that could just like snap and get like a -1 special cooldown on flyers, that would just be game over, like instantly.
Oh yeah, that'd be so much fun.
Gale Force, quad attacking. Oh, if there's a duo like that, or harmonized, that would work so well for this Beruka. But yeah, this Beruka's this Beruka's entertaining. I like this build. I might actually be more scared of this build than the other one, just because the other one, just red mage nuke can get rid of her. This one's easier to nuke, but if you don't kill her, she will kill you, guaranteed.
Oh yeah,
she will quad your ass.
Once again, I respect the Beruka love, so good build.
Yeah. But overall, I like this build. This is entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Donnel, hey,
Yep.
This was submitted also by Leo. Berkut's Lance with the refine on it. I don't know if the refine is just a plus defense.
Yeah, that looks to be plus res, and then this seems to be like a hyper res Donnel, which is really cool.
Yeah, discounter, null C, disrupt, odd res wave, brazen attack res. What does Berkut's Lance do again?
It's just Barrier Lance before Barrier Lance. Like, it's literally the same thing. Plus 7 res on enemy face.
Okay.
So, in effect, with everything put together, that's plus 7, and then plus 6 from his odd res wave, and then plus 7 more from Brazen. So, plus 14, plus 20 res, so 51 res on this point. For
Damn.
Some pretty strong icebergs, 25 damage. Pretty much straight up. Very cool. Yeah, I would like to see him at max investment, but otherwise, really cool to see.
Yeah, because I feel like maybe like a speed res ruse. Speed res ruse cams off of female Chris, if I remember correctly.
And then Young Marth had speed res Oath, I believe.
Yeah. Either or would be really good.
Yeah.
And brazen attack res. Yeah, this is just res stacking. I just want to see like maybe like a little bit more. Maybe like a defense res ruse as well, or a defense res oath.
Yeah, Donnel definitely has the capabilities to throw himself full on the defenses. And it's really cool.
Oh yeah, like he'll be getting doubled, but he's gonna be dealing a good amount of damage in return. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, pretty cool. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Mist.
Ooh.
And oh boy, this is a Mist going to nuke you build. Attacker
it's
as
rare
push.
To see. It's rare to see a Mist build, but I appreciate it. I don't know what Elena's staff does. I actually never read the condition on that one because I didn't have a Mist myself. But
okay, so for Elena's staff, apparently this is with the effect. I'm just gonna double check on that. So, Focus on counterattack. At start of turn, inflicts attack speed -7 on nearest foes within 4 spaces through the next actions. So it's like a menace.
Mm-hmm.
If unit, it's like a half menace. If unit attacked, inflicts attack speed -7 on target and foes within 2 spaces. So it's attack speed smoke, attack speed menace, and inflicts panic at start of turn on nearest foes within 4 spaces. And it's a panic smoke, panic menace.
Right, that
so
makes perfect
Elena's
sense.
staff is
And then-
basically debuff attack speed. No matter what, you're getting debuffed. And you're going to get panicked, guaranteed as well. And then
they have
res
res
point,
point, defense point.
What do those play skills do? I've never actually seen them used, so...
If you are in a cardinal direction with your foe and you have more res, then that lowers the corresponding stat by 6. So this is like a full-on, I am going to debuff your attack, speed, defense, and res. And then attack into you with attack res push.
Oh, crap.
So
this is basically
that's really
a
cool.
one-shot missed build. If she's in the right conditions, because they're getting debuffed to attack and speed, they're getting debuffed to defense and res. So this is basically Mist saying, "Hi, I'm gonna help all my allies kill you faster. Thank you. Have a good day." And plus, she has miracle, so you can't even kill her in one shot.
You're not going to get through her resistance at all because she's going to have so much. It's going to be -7 to their attack and then +4 from push. So she's sitting here with like, I don't know, what is that, like 56 res, and then
Something like that. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so the only way you're getting through her is hoping that Miracle isn't charged and then hitting her with physical damage. But if you can't do that, then she's going to stand there and you're going to do nothing about it.
I like how a small child can put you in the position of, I can't do anything here.
Yep, pretty
Kind of
much.
makes me smile.
Really cool.
I like that.
I like that Mist, you don't see her used often because she's commonly said to be the worst staff due to availability. But it is cool to see her built like this, so
I
applaud.
actually got a 4-star special Mist not too long ago, so I'm pretty happy
Nice.
about that. I got her and Jenny right back to back. It was so weird.
Super wholesome.
Yeah, all the healer girls, you know. Yeah, my Mist is neutral IVs and still only like level 1. I haven't trained her up at all. Oh yeah, the panic is the refine ability.
Yeah.
That's pretty. That's still a really good staff. Like, that's insane. I'm so glad she got some attention. And oh my god, is this Misted nightmare? I like her.
Absolutely.
It's like, yeah,
Love
if
to
I'm in
see
cardinal directions from you, you just die because you're getting debuffed to everything on Earth.
Yeah, I guess the funny thing is that this would be the literally the perfect setup for your Fallen Ike. Because it would just debuff you heavy, and then you would go in and stand there, and that would be it.
Oh yeah, like if she was fighting Fallen Ike was on the opposite side of the field to her.
Yeah, it's funny because she's still helping Ike that way.
Right? Yeah, no, I would love to get -7 to everything, get that multiplied by Kaden, get that multiplied by Bride Micaiah and everything else. I want to fight this Mist just to see how high my stats get with Fallen Ike.
Plus 99 res. I'm just waiting to see it.
Oh, people have done it with multiple Cadens. They've gotten like 90 plus in every single stat. With like,
that's beautiful.
I saw on YouTube. I saw a video of this person with Fallen Ike in the front, quadruple Cadens with the with his pivot ability and like a whole bunch of other stuff, and then you repo and like all that, and then he's just buffing Ike further and further and further, and then the more Ike gets debuffed with attack res unity, with a sword, and with each of the Cadens individually, it just stacks sky high. It's insane.
Goes to 1,000,000.
If only. I think they actually got in combat of like 107 in like res or something, or 112 effective res. It was so high the game couldn't even display it, but by their calculations, they got 112 in combat buff to res.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's like, yeah, you're never killing that guy.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, as long as this Mist stays away from Fallen Ike, this is a pretty good Mist.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Next up we got OGM, and OGM says this is their Fallen Edelgard killer.
Oh, that's a really cool build. So yeah, Fiora is actually one of the better units for killing Fallen Edelgard because she has in her, I don't know how that is pronounced, but it is in her weapon. It's,
I'm gonna
yes, something like that. It's a beast effective weapon at the end of the day, and that's really cool. She's got close foil, vengeful counter, or vengeful fighters, so she gets her special despite Edelgard's special negation, just to build up her defense with close foil. Pulse Smoke to remove Edelgard's special, even if she Gale Forces. I really, really enjoy this build all around.
I'm actually going to see what the weapon exactly does. So, yeah, it's beast effective. At start of combat, if unit's res is greater than foe's res, reduces foe's attack defense by 50% of difference between stats during combat.
well, I'm sorry to say that she's not going to be standing up to Fallen Edelgard in that regard, but she's really, really strong regardless.
Yeah, and also after combat, if you unit attack, the usual defense res -7 on target and foes within 2 spaces. So technically speaking, with the defense res, if you were to dance her, if she were to attack once and then dance, she's got Vengeful Fight. Okay, so this is an enemy phase build.
Yeah.
Vengeful Fighter will proc Ether a little bit quicker. Pulse Smoke will keep Bonfire at bay.
Yep.
This is a really interesting build. I can see this build tanking Fallen Edelgard left, right, and center. That's pretty cool. I like this.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the only thing you have to be careful about is Edelgard will still get her Gale Force and stuff, but that's perfectly fine as long as you don't have any other units behind Fiora in range. Or Flora, that is, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, like, overall, I like this build. And I see Astra, so this is to kill all the Dark Edelgards.
Excellent. I approve heavily of this build.
I like
Makes
this.
I've got a Fiora of my own, and this very, very heavily incentivizes me to go ahead and build her. Or I keep saying Fiora, I mean Flora, I'm sorry. She's really cool. I like Flora a lot.
Yeah. Gale Force Cormag, also sent by OGM, the same as Flora. So,
nice.
Lofty Blossoms. That's...
Yep.
What does that one do again?
I believe that is attack, or I believe that is Swift Sparrow. It comes from Bridal Tanith.
If unit initiates combat, grants attack speed +4 during combat. That's nice and easy. So this is just pushing his attack and speed as high as it can, pretty much.
Yep. So, speed defense rain in effect has like a Swift Sparrow sort of adjacent setup. So
and then Swift Sparrow 2 in the S slot as well.
So it's essentially +12 to attack and speed.
Yeah, because that's +4 there. The speed rain is 8, and then 12. Yeah, so it's +12 attack and speed. So that's 58 speed and 70 attack.
Yep. And then Heavy Blade is gonna bop off of that, give a free Gale Force. Very, very this is essentially what I do with my Spring Marissa. But on Cormag instead, who has more defense in exchange for, well, essentially the same attack speed stat spread.
Yeah, I think he might have a little bit less res than...
actually, with this setup, I think he has more, but I'll check just to be sure. I think she has 20-something. Yeah, she's got 29 res.
Oh, wow.
And, it's, in terms of attack and speed, we're tied 58. And then I have 49 speed, and that's in exchange for 6 defense. So, really, really cool. I like this build a lot. Yep. I can see myself using it.
It's going to hit like a brick, and he's going to Gale Force, and it's going to suck for you.
Absolutely. And then the Wings of Mercy is just cool because, as you can see, the Astra season, very easy Gale Force setups.
Yeah, I can see this being on the. I can see him being on the same team as like a Linja or a normal Eliwood with the refines, with the Fury. I actually want to switch my Eliwood from attack speed push to Fury just so he gets in the Gale Force range, Wings of Mercy range a little bit easier. But I know exactly what they're going for here. This is basically the same kind of idea build as my Duo F-Frame, just not attack speed focused, but like in terms of Wings of Mercy, fly in, pop, Gale Force, pop, someone else. I love it. I love that system. It's so much fun. And yeah, I greatly approve of this build. It looks so cool, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to use. So
yeah, big shout out to Cormag. I love the guy.
Gotta love Cormag. Cormag's so cool. And you're a Sacred Stones fanboy, so
absolutely, love to see it.
And Linus, and this is an interesting build. So
that is really cool.
I'm actually gonna look up what the person actually said in terms of this build, because I am personally very curious. Because I remember something was said, but I actually can't remember what it was. Just bear with me here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what they said in terms of this build, if I could find it, where is it? I know there's something that was said that kind of caught my eye. Oh, it's a Gale Force meme unit. Okay.
That works perfectly. Linus is a really cool unit. He's got Odd Tempest here, so he has that 3 movement on odd turns. Ninja Masakari, of course, lets him more or less quad because he's going to have so much speed. Flashing Blade gets the Gale Force going faster. I will say that Brazen attack speed, I do know why it's here because, Brazen attack speed was his original A slot, so that's the obvious upgrade. He does have to take a little bit of damage for the full effect of it. But once the full effect is there, yeah, that's a really, really strong and fast unit who's going to be hitting you probably 4 times.
Probably, yeah.
Probably not surviving.
Because I think Brazen attack speed 4 is like +8. I think.
I think it's +10 on speed.
+10? Really?
I think so.
I'm actually curious. Attack.
It came from Summer Wolt. Yeah, +9 attack and +10 speed during combat if unit's HP is below 80%.
That's insane. So 59 speed.
Yep.
Quadding you with Gale Force, with Desperation. And Desperation has a HP limit as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's 75, so it's like right there adjacent to Brazen.
So if he's at like 70%, he's gonna be hitting you before you can counterattack, because that's Desperation, right?
Yeah, he's hitting you 4 times, basically guaranteed to Gale Force off of you. Because
so he's gonna kill you, guaranteed. Kill the next guy behind you, guaranteed. And then he'll probably still have a Gale Force ready for the next turn.
Probably.
God, this guy's a menace. And I see that he has the Light Blessing, so this is an Ether Raid's offense, which is completely understandable.
That's awesome.
This is terrifying. I like this. And I think this is the last one. We got massive Deke here.
Oh yeah,
I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry.
I'm actually getting a very similar vibe to the earlier Gerik here, wherein Aether and then Distant Counter, just very, very good in terms of like tanking. Tiger Roar Axe, if he's above 25% HP, he gets +5 to all stats. Pulse Smoke, so that stuff like Fallen Edelgard can't bonfire him. Yeah, this is really, really cool. +5, good merges. Hopefully, if at any point you do happen to +10 him, I applaud you because that's really cool. The only thing with Deke is that his HP is surprisingly low. 43% HP is a little bit odd, but it's really not that bad overall because, like I said, after Tiger Roar Axe is taken into consideration, he's floating around 80 bulk on both defenses, roughly.
Over that. Like 83 and the 43, 44, like 87.
Yeah,
which is pretty good.
That's really, really good.
And don't forget Mystic Boost. Anytime he takes a hit, it's +5 HP to him.
Absolutely. Mystic Boost, no follow-up, that's the classic setup.
This is pretty good. I like this build, for sure.
Yeah, just an overall super solid unit. Good to see that big, strong Deke.
These jokes are never going to get old.
Never.
But yeah, that's it, actually, for now. That is all 14 units. Looked at, reviewed. Some of the builds we had comments for in terms of improving. Some builds are perfectly fine the way they are, and some builds are freaking terrifying, and please do not kill me. I do not want to fight them. But yeah, I enjoyed looking at these. These are all some pretty cool stuff. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, I am too. Sorry, phone started ringing.
Oh. That's okay, I can cut this out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's about all we got for the day. Thank you, Sir Epholo, for joining me.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to do more of these, because these are always fun to do. I love looking at new builds. I love looking at crazy builds, wacky builds, meme builds, broken builds, terrifying builds, the whole 9 yards.
Nothing is more fun than seeing people building up their favorites in exactly the way that they want to.
Favorites. I wonder if that's why it's shortened to Fae.
I sure hope so.
But yeah, definitely go check out Epholo's channel. It's going to be down in the description below. And on the left-hand side of Mr. Deke here, there's going to be a video. Definitely go check that one out too. And down below my webcam here is going to be a subscribe button. Definitely hit that thing. I'm trying to see if I could possibly get to, I might be high shooting, but 500 by the end of the month. Much it again. There's time. We'll
there
see.
you go.
And also check out my other video with the that talks about the fate calendar, because I talk about what my plans are for the month. And if that's something you're interested in, you should definitely stick around, because I got a lot planned for this month. So if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this is Be Rated On signing off. Bye.
Later.
Well, that's good timing.